Hello and welcome. Today we're going to do a fantastic test of 3 super CO2 pistols. I've purchased all 3 of these second hand off UK based gun trading sites, just to give you a little idea of what you can get for your money. Nothing on this table costs more than 120 quid, and to get you up and running, probably about 130 quid for some garage plinking, garden plinking, potentially doing some competition shooting, and just having fun, basically. 3 very different guns, all slightly different. They're all based on CO2. They all have the same kind of mechanism, but I'm going to talk you through the different ones and how they work. Okay, so we'll start with this one. It's made by Umarex. It's the Hammerli S26. I paid £80 for this recently on Gun Trader in the UK. It came with 3 magazines, 3 8-shot magazines and 1 8-shot BB magazine. These were at the cheaper end of the Umarex range when new. They're about 130, 140 quid in the UK. Obviously pricing is different around the world, and just a really good fun gun. One of the things I look for in any CO2 pistol is adjustable sights. There's no point in having something and shooting it if you can't adjust it and hit. If you're having to aim an inch off, left, right, up and down, it takes the fun out of it. So yeah, a good entry-level CO2 pistol, 80 quid in the UK, 120 if you buy it new. So this is made by Umarex, and it takes the standard Umarex 8-shot magazine. So for a lot of people who have more than one pistol, that's ideal, because you can just drop it in and it's transferable between guns. There's a little catch on the side, pops up and the magazine comes out. What else should we tell you about this? Adjustable sights, little Allen key in the front. My favourite thing about this gun is, one, it's very easy to load with CO2. You pop this up, the back flips up, drop your CO2 in, there's a winder at the bottom, wind it in, you're ready to go. It's as simple as that. Has a safety catch on this side, very easy to safe and unsafe. And probably one of the better features of this, which I like, because these are imitation pistols, and this is an imitation of the Hammerli P26. But I like this one because you can cock it by pulling the slide back. It's double action and single action, so as fast as you pull the trigger, the pellets come out the front. You can cock the hammer independently, or you can do that with it. Really good gun. I'm going to do some accuracy testing for you so you can see it. Yeah, I can recommend that. You're not going to get any better for that money with CO2 pistols. As long as you shop around, buying second hand is fine, and you're going to get more for your money. In fact, you can get 3 for probably the price of 1. Okay, so that's the first one done. I think we'll do the CP88 next, which is a competition pistol. This is a slightly longer version of the CP88. I paid 120 for this one. It came with 2 of the magazines, and in a little case. I've had a quick check on Gun Trader this morning. There's 2 or 3 for sale for a similar price. So you know, that's about the going rate for a second hand one. Very similar to the S26 is the fact there's a catch on the side, and this front section slides forward. Pellets drop in the magazine the same way, with the angled bits to the back. Get the right words for that. And then it closes up, and that's it. Single action or double action, as in when you're pulling the trigger. Very easy to use. There's a safety on the back here. This one doesn't have the slide on the back, however it does feel a little bit more substantial in weight, although it's a slightly larger gun. Probably worth saying that both the Hammerli S26 and the CP88, both full metal frames. There's no plastic on them apart from the grips. So yeah, good little thing. As far as putting the CO2 in this one, I would say this is probably the downside of the CP88 compared to the Hammerli, is the fact that you have to push this little catch in the middle. This side comes off. You put your CO2 bulb in, you have to do twisty and then up, and then put that back in. It's possibly a little bit more time consuming to do the CO2. However, it's not CO2 greedy, so you will get 48 good shots from one CO2 bulb. Actually, as you will with the Hammerli, they're very similar. Both fully rifled barrels. I had to check the Hammerli this morning. I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to tell you something that wasn't accurate, and yes, it is fully rifled. The Hammerli, this is all metal, the slide on it, very shiny. Just a nice little thing. I'm quite a big fan. So right, that's that one. Okay, the last one. This is for me, this is the most exciting one. So this is the Baikal, and it's the model MP655K. So I bought this a couple of weeks ago off Gun Trader for £100. So it was £100, and it was old stock, and the guy had, I don't know, maybe about 20 of them, I think he said. The retailing in the UK at the moment for about 180, but it was brand spanking new out of the box. Came with the instructions, all the bits and pieces with it. And it's a unusual gun, or pistol. It's just a bit strange, but it's fun. Okay, so first up, we've got adjustable sights at the rear, up and down, left and right. So height adjustable on this one. On these, only left to right, so you still have to allow for your height. So that's an advantage. I've zeroed this well, and in my garage it's shooting fantastic. The magazine slides out, which is nice. The CO2 bulb goes in, so I'm going to be very, very careful when I take this out now, because I want to demonstrate how it works without making a mess. So in the base, this slides out. You have a little hopper for BB pellets, or normal pellets, you can put both in, but that's like your spare, and it works in the same way. You put the CO2 in and twist the bottom, but it's nice, slides out. You can make the gun very safe when you're not using it. If you plan on leaving the CO2 in, just clicks back in place. This is a polymer base. The slide is metal, trigger's metal. So yeah, really good little thing. Okay, so this one's got a bit of a party trick. So it takes an 8-shot rotary magazine, not dissimilar to the Umarex one, slightly larger, and that just drops in. And there's a little slide to lock it in place, and then that's it, you're ready to go. And you can do 8 shots, double action, or you can cock the trigger, cock the pistol at the back using this, which is unusual in the way it depresses down rather than pulling back. It's a really nice feature. You can do the slide, but the slide doesn't actually action anything on this gun, but you can slide it back, and there's a little lock here. So one thing you need to know about this is you need to read the manual. I'm a bit of a diver-inner. I get straight into the shooting. This is not one of those pistols. You need to read the manual. I've had this for 4 weeks now. I'm being 100% honest. It's the first time today I've managed to shoot 8 pellets through it without it jamming. And that is because I read the manual. It only likes Diablo pellets, round-headed pellets. It will not shoot flatheads. It doesn't recognise them in the rotary magazine. It thinks the gun's empty, and it stops firing when the magazine's empty. Secondly, when you're shooting with the pellets, when you first load it up, you have to turn the safety on and off, and then you're good to go. It will shoot without issue, no problems at all. A little bit complicated, I understand, but it adds to the fun, and don't let that put you off. You just need to read the manual and understand how it works. This gun's party trick is, it will also fire BBs. I've been shooting this in my garage for a few weeks. Absolutely love it. The BBs are magnetised. The magazine is magnetised. So you start off, you put 8 BBs in. Goes in the gun. And then, I wish to do it this way. Yes, we will. So I'm going to show you now. Once the... let's try not to make a fool of myself here. So you've got your little hopper of BBs. They come out. It will shoot 100 BBs in one go, non-stop. So you can just pour the BBs, a little hopper at the front here, and you've got a tub here that's in the handle, in the magazine. BBs go in. Just feed them in nice and steady. We'll call it a day at that. I don't want to push my luck. And then this slides back. Click that on. And that's it. You're loaded up with 100 BBs in one session. Alright, there we go. That goes to the back. And that's it. So, BB's in there, your spare ones, clips in, and you're good to go. I'm going to put that on safe now because it is loaded. But yeah, so 100 BBs in one go, non-stop. So the way it works is in this hopper, the BBs are naturally drawn to the magnet. As the magazine rotates, the BBs automatically pull into the magazine faultlessly, it has to be said. I've not had one jam, one misfire for the maybe 5,000 BBs I've shot. I've shot loads and loads and loads through this. And that's it. It's fantastic. It really, really is a great bit of fun. Yeah, so that's that. Highly recommend the Baikal. So you've got price bracket 80, £100 brand new, 2 magazines, fires BBs. As well, and about 120 for a CP88. The Hammerli also fires BBs 8 at a time. It's a bit boring. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fire them down range. I'm going to put, I'm not quite sure how many shots through, we'll see how we go, and then I'll add that to the video at the end. No advertising, I'm not trying to push any products, I'm not an RFD. We do sell scopes and accessories, but this is just purely about having fun. If I had to pick one out of these 3 guns, which I do, because every time I sit in the garage or in the workshop, I have a little plink. Bit of Baikal every day of the week. It's the unusual choice, no one else you know will have one. £100, it comes with a set of spare seals, 2 magazines, a little prodder for pellet jams. Never had a jammed pellet yet. And yeah, it's brilliant. The other party trick of this one is, of course, this hopper at the top is where the BBs are kept. The barrel is actually underneath, so it does aim high, and you do have to adjust the sights. But yeah, just a really, really good fun thing. Right, thank you for watching this section. I'm going to add in the shooting afterwards. I can't think of anything else I need to tell you. Oh, probably should just explain as well that that's the price of the guns. You're going to need some pellets. I recommend for most CO2 pistols these Excite Econ 2, which I think are made by RWS. Let's double check. H&M. They're about £6 a tin on our website. Probably get them different prices. Some people sell them for more, some people sell them for less. but they work in 99% of all pistols. They are brilliant. Nice, light, small, 7 grain, with the exception of the Baikal, which is a law unto itself, which is why it's so enjoyable to shoot. It likes Diablo exacts. These obviously a bit dearer, about £8 a tin. Good accurate pellets, and it does put up good groups with it. And then your BBs, which is why the Baikal's so much fun for plinking. 1500 BBs for about £5, so it's the cheapest way to go. I've made a little pellet catcher and I reuse them, so no issues there. CO2 bulbs, you can get 100 bulbs for about £30 these days. I would buy big because you're going to use them. And what you will need is a tube of Pelgon oil for about £5. And every time you use a CO2 bulb, you put a tiny little dot on there, and that'll give the guns a good life, protect the seals, keep everything working smoothly. Right, let's give it a go down range. Okay, I probably should have said as well the other things you will need. Sorry it's a bit disjointed, but I'm certainly not a professional at these. You're going to need some targets. Little pellet catchers are about £6, and they take a 14cm target. These are the ones I use for zeroing with the dots on. So you start in the middle, and it gives you some kind of increment until you get, if you're aiming off here, you know to go down and across. Really useful targets, those. Then I prefer these, because CO2 pistols are not always bang on accurate, and you've got a nice dark centre to aim for. But at least you can give yourself a score on the outer rings. Target's not the cheapest, so they're about £5 for 100. I mean, they're not dear, but what you can do is then you can buy some of these about £2 for about 10 sheets. And when you've shot the middle out, once you've got your aim, stick another one over the top and reuse it. Okay, let's do some shooting. Okay, first up is going to be the CP88 Competition pistol, using the flathead pellets, and we'll do 8 shots and see how we go. We can do it single action, try to be as accurate as we can. Who knows what will happen. Okay, so that's 8 shots with the CP88 Competition. I think you'd agree, hopefully you can see that. They're 8 in the bull, as near as. All gone in the middle here, just one on the outside. So I'm pleased with that, and that just goes to show the CP88, which is the dearer of the 3 new, very accurate pistol. Right, we shall try the next one. Okay, next up we're going to go with the Hammerli S26. Again, I'm going to do 8 shots using flathead pellets. I think it's probably more important we look at the grouping than whether it takes you out the bull, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so that's 8 with the Hammerli S26. I think we should discount that last pellet, as I wasn't even aiming at the target when I pulled it. Okay, next up is the Baikal MP655K, 8 shots, this time using Diablo pellets, as that is its chosen ammunition, and it seems to shoot really well with them. Now I've got the pellets that it works with, it works faultlessly, so please, you know, don't be put off by the fact it doesn't shoot flatheads. Right, 8 shots, here we go. Okay, that's 8 shots with the Baikal. Yeah, pleased with that. That's a decent sized group, not slightly larger than the other ones to be fair, but not massively. It's gone quite high. We'll do a comparison of the targets in a second. Okay, just going to do a really brief summary of the accuracy. I'm going to use the magazine for the Baikal as the gauge. It's 1 inch across. So starting off with the Hammerli S26, so that's an inch group. I'm shooting at 5 yards, no, 5 meters in my garage, so an inch, not bad, and the majority of them all in that space there. We'll discount the one that was a flyer because I wasn't ready for that. Okay, the next one is the Walther CP88, again from Umarex. Same pellets, same magazine style, 1 inch group, completely covers the whole. Yeah, that's a better group, side by side. Only fractionally, but it is slightly better. Okay, third group, this is with the Baikal. Again, we'll put the 1 inch over it, so 1 inch covers them all apart from this one here, which is a flyer. So there's not a lot in it. They are a little bit more spread out, maybe not grouped quite as well. But different pellets, again, same range. Okay, I hope that's been informative and useful. And it is down to personal choice. But every day of the week, it's going to be the Baikal for me. Okay, thank you very much for watching.